Hey, come back, I'll get funnier. Don't leave. What's going on? I'm out of here, man. I'm at the mall. I do one of those Catholic prayers. Hail Mary, full of grace. Let me find a parking place. That guy going out. I have ADD really bad, if you can't tell. I actually wrote a book about it. Maybe you see my book. It's called Growing Up with ADD. Hey, is that my bike? I have ADD and things get my attention. We're at church the other day. My pastor gives this awesome sermon about what you need in life. It was about needing Jesus. At the end of the service, he said, is there anybody here who needs Jesus? And right then, this dude's cell phone went off. Now, it wasn't one of those cell phones that go, blip, blip, blip. It wasn't like that. It was one of those cell phones that play a song. You know the whole song. So our pastor said, is there anybody here who needs Jesus? And this guy's cell phone went, I'm on the highway to hell. So things catch my attention. I like inviting people to church. I really don't care what church you go to. I don't care what the name is outside. My Bible says, whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. We're not going to get to heaven and have to go find which door we belong to go in. Hey, this one's locked. Where's the other ones? No. When we get there, there are going to be non-denominational people there. There's going to be United Brethren. There's going to be Lutheran. There's going to be Baptist. There's going to be Assembly of God. There will be some Jehovah's Witnesses that make it to the door. I think that's biblical. My Bible says the first half hour we're in heaven, there will be silence. Because you know if there's a Jehovah's Witness. Shh. Act like no one's home. Jesus, turn your light down. Jehovah's Witnesses are here. I think we got to have a better way to get people to church. And how does the world do it? Television commercial. They want to sell something to itself, they'll put a television commercial out about it. And the way that the economics are in the country, we ought to team up with some corporate people. You know what? We'll help you make your commercial. We'll help you pay for it. If you'll put biblical characters in your television commercials. Imagine watching the Super Bowl and Lazarus comes walking out of the tomb. Do you stinketh? Try speed sticketh. Yeah, I can get that. Daniel! Speak to us. Are you still alive in the lion's den? Daniel! Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. Daniel! What's that in your hand? After 3 or 4 days in the lion's den, a Snickers really satisfies. You're watching your TV and there's Noah. He's just building something. And here comes Mrs. Noah. And she comes in and goes, Noah, what are you doing? I'm building an ark. Noah, did you hear from the Lord? No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. You're watching TV, there's a war raging in the distance. There's a young man standing on the apex of a hill and he's orchestrating the entire battle. And somebody runs up to him. He goes, Joshua, Joshua, the walls of Jericho have fallen flat. And that young man says, that's the second set of good news I've heard today. Joshua, what's the first? I've saved a ton by switching to Geico. Millions of Israelite children, they're in captivity and bondage, slavery. Some of them born into it, never tasted freedom. Moses goes to get God's people. And if you know the story, I'll make it short. He goes back and tells Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh says, get them and get out. That's a foreshadow of what Jesus is about to do for us. Come and get us. But Moses gets all of God's people and he just starts walking with them. And they're walking across your TV screen. Can you hear me now? Good. We've got to have a better way to tell people about Jesus. We have to. I mean, things are different now. It's true. God's the same yesterday, today, forever. I wasn't always a happy-go-lucky guy. I would just as soon beat you up as I would to talk to you. I was mean. One day somebody told me Jesus loved me. And I was like, why? They invited me to church. They told me about his love and his compassion. I was like, wow. So I thought about it, read my Bible. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Lots of things. I was growing up as a young man. I was seeing lots of things in front of me. My best friend Pete, him and I, we got close. We would talk about religion. We'd do all kinds of things. And then all of a sudden something tragic happened and you can't explain it. I watched my best friend almost die in front of my eyes. Right after high school, Pete and I got jobs together. And we were roofers. And our jobs, we were actually lumpers is what they call us. And our job was to carry bundles of shingles up a roof and drop them on the roof. After about the fourth day on the job, both of us have double bundles of shingles and we're trying to get done with our job so we can get paid and we can go to Cedar Point. Man, we're working our butts off. Ooh, I just button church, sorry. Okay. Little kid laughing. See, Mom, I can't say that word! I got a fan, let's go. We're working ourselves crazy. And my best friend Pete goes to put that bundle on the roof, and his foot slipped off his ladder. Pete fell off his ladder a floor and a half, and the bundles landed on top of his chest. The entire work zone we were in just went, oh! I slid down my ladder and I landed beside my friend Pete. I'm like, dude, talk to me, man. Talk to me, Pete! And Pete, all he said was, get me a priest. Get me a priest. I said, Pete, we're in the middle of nowhere, dude. Where am I going to get you a priest? And I said, Pete, you know I grew up behind the Catholic Church. And you know I've heard every one of their services. Dude, you're going to have to trust me. I knelt down beside Pete and mustered all the strength I could, and I said, before I, 22, 72. I'm glad you're laughing because he didn't. That was a rough day. I've seen Pete in a lot of different crazy circumstances. When we were in school, how many people remember being in gym class and we had to climb a rope, ring a bell? Remember anybody? Not just me? Yeah. Boy, that's a life skill we've used a lot, isn't it? Time to balance the checkbook. Hey, let's see if we can climb a rope. It was Pete's day to climb the rope. He was not super athletic. I'm like, come on, Pete, you can do it. Just like in life, sometimes you need people to encourage you. Come on, Pete, you can do it. Pete got up on that rope and he's like, I'm scared. I'm like, dude, your feet are on the floor. Come on, Pete, you can do it. He starts climbing the rope. He's climbing the rope. Come on, Pete, you can do it. Climbing the rope. Come on, Pete. He gets all the way to the top. Bing! That was the sound. He rung the bell. Then he did the worst thing you could imagine. He looked